Hello, I'm Daniel.
And I'm Elisa, and we're Marvel Media.
Welcome to YNG News.
Hey Daniel, did you know that presidential candidate Marco Rubio chipped his tooth eating a frozen Twix bar?
No, I didn't know that, but that sure sounds like an emergency.
Let's see what the California emergency team is up to.
Hello, Youth in Government. I am Trent Attia here with your Y Daily News. Last night, the California Emergency Team called us for an immediate press conference to follow up with the current tragedy that has taken place. Here are the leaders of the California Emergency Team to follow up with those current events.
Hi, I'm Lauren Obretta, the Director of California Emergency Team, and this is Bella Faith, our Chief Media Correspondent, and we'll be updating you on emergency situation.
Today at approximately 8:39 p.m. after the Disneyland parade, a bomb went off, and 2 minutes later, a second one. We know that there were casualties and injuries at this time, but we do not know how many. Who set off the explosions or the motives behind it are unknown. Emergency officials are currently containing the area and asking that people please stay away from Disneyland and the surrounding cities of Anaheim. Information centers and command posts are currently being set up. More updates are to come, and if you are in the Orange County area, please stay in your homes as we do not know if the threat is neutralized. As of now, we're working on containment and trying to understand what actually happened. We do not have a lot of information.
We will be sure to keep you updated on the following events.
Hey Daniel, didn't your delegation achieve Delegation of Distinction?
Yeah, I believe it did.
Well, how does a delegation achieve Delegation of Distinction?
That's a great question. Let's find out.
Hey YNG, I'm Nicolette Tavalero.
And I'm Gnor Gill.
And we are Sac in the City. Tonight we'll be talking about the Delegation of Distinction, the pros and cons, the requirements, and interviewing some advisors and delegates on the topic.
What are some of the requirements for becoming Delegation of Distinction?
So for determining Delegation of Distinction, YNG core staff meets with our advisor development team, and we use 4 main categories: honesty, caring, respect, and responsibility. And within those categories, we have specific subcategories, and that's how we choose our Delegation of Distinction.
Why is Delegation of Distinction important?
Delegation of Distinction is important because it shows that delegations have truly embodied the spirit of YNG. It shows that our delegations are really setting an example for other delegations and that they're just striving to affect a positive change for the future.
Thank you so much. Back to you, Nicolette.
What steps have you taken in the past to receive Delegation of Distinction?
Great. So our delegation's been really striving to do that, and one of the things we do is follow the strict criteria that they have set out. So there's things like community service, meeting deadlines on time, and delegate participation that really matter.
So what are some of the pros and cons of having Delegation of Distinction?
Well, honestly, there's a lot of pros because, especially with our group, it's something that we really strive for all year round. So delegation distinction means we get a star on our badge, but it means a lot more to us. It means that we're an excellent delegation amongst this group.
Thank you, Anthony. Back to you.
Hi, I'm Gnor Gill, and I'm here with...
Parker Westpizer.
What delegation are you from?
I'm from East Valley Family YMCA.
And what do you think are some pros about being in a delegation that has Delegation of Distinction?
Well, I feel like being recognized as a Delegation of Distinction really recognizes how delegates from our delegation work hard to show the true YNG spirit and what it really means to be a participant in YNG, taking active roles in their program areas and showing that they really have a passion for politics in YNG and being good delegates who are friendly and kind to other delegates and supportive of the environment that we want to support here at YNG.
Now that you guys all know what it takes to be Delegation of Distinction, hopefully it can be a goal that you guys strive for this year. Thank you, and stay classy, Sacramento.
If you haven't seen the governor's debate hosted by the Department of Finance last night,
That's okay, because we've got you covered. Take a look.
Hello, Youth in Government. We are here at the first Youth Governor debate, hosted by the Department of Finance. The 5 Youth Governor candidates will answer the 5 questions prepared by the Department's Director, Jordan Golden, and State Treasurer, Kyle Footed. Let's see what the candidates have to say.
My name is Jordan Golden. I am the Director of Department of Finance. This is Kyle Footed. He is your State Treasurer. First, we have Blake Sloan with the After Party. Next, we have Acacia Gabriel with the Block Party. Next, Nate Rowe with the Resistance Party. After is Ryan Tomes with the Tide Party. Ariana Trujillo, and she is with Unaffiliated.
Programs. Are you in favor of deficit spending?
I personally am not in favor of deficit spending. I think that one of the biggest things that our state needs to focus on is fiscal responsibility.
If you were the governor, what would your proposed action be?
So I agree with this tax because it's, first of all, it's far lower than the taxes in other states, like Alaska, which is at 25%.
How would you, as governor, support or oppose a bill of this nature?
And we should not be investing into something new when we already have so many old problems that we have not fixed.
Do you think this leads to a healthy economy? How can you legally protect these workers and maximize output levels?
We're really underestimating corporations here. If corporations know that people will underperform based on quota statuses, corporations want to make the most money they can.
What would you do to more accurately portray this figure to the people, and what would you do to fix this problem of unemployment?
The one sure way to break the vicious cycle of poverty is through education.
That was one great debate. This has been Gabriel Jane for YNG News Team 4. Carry on with your Sacramento. Find your Valentine.
Do you ever wonder how small businesses here in Sacramento are affected by youth in government?
I don't know. Let's get information on that.
Hi, my name is Sophia and I'm here in Sacramento reporting from WGI News Station. Today we went around and interviewed local businesses to find out the influence that youth in government delegates are making on the daily routines of local shop owners. We're here at Sacramento's local business, the Denim Spot, to take in the experience of the shop owner during YNG weekend.
Having 3,500 delegates here in town, it's been great. High school students from all ages, although it's not necessarily my target audience as far as clients, but it's fun seeing our educational program, the YMCA, doing things for the community and preparing our youth for tomorrow. My target audience is probably more along the lines of the parents of the group, so I've kept them sort of consistent with that, although a few of the teens have come in and bought a few things. Although we're not a true Monday through Thursday conservative suit boutique, we do dress a lot of people here in the Capitol. We go for more of that Thursday through Saturday work to play look.
Alejandro's Tequila is an authentic Mexican food restaurant in downtown Sacramento that offers a variety of reasonably priced Mexican food. In preparation for our many delegates raiding Sacramento, this restaurant orders extra everything for the hungry teenagers. To stand out from the other many restaurants in downtown Sac, Alejandro's Tequila gives you complimentary tortilla chips and good service. Check it out if you like good Mexican food.
Hi, thank you for watching WGI News report on the impact that YNG makes on the local shop owners.
Youth Governor Nicholas Garden addressed the Board of Education today.
Here's what he had to say.
Today, Nicholas Gardner is making a speech to the Board of Education. Let's check it out. Nicholas Gardner's speech was about the power of education. He said education is like a silver bullet and how it doesn't only affect one thing, but several different things, mainly talking about school-to-prison pipeline.
So a way that education is kind of a silver bullet for a bunch of different issues that take economic inequality. One of the main reasons economic inequality exists is because not enough people have access to the higher education that automatically leads to high-paying jobs, to jobs that allow people to access the full potential of the American dream. So I think, so even if at the K through 12 level, we just fund more like STEM classes, or we just fund it more, people have more access to higher education, which then allows them to move into higher paying jobs, which is one of the main ways that we can address income inequality.
One bill that the delegates are working on is Life Skills. Life Skills is a 4-quarter wheel course that is divided into finance, home economics, human safety, and human interactions, which touch on both basic and detailed aspects that are useful in daily life.
How do you think the youth governor speech influenced your role in Board of Education?
The youth governor didn't really influence me on my views on education because I believe that teachers should be more qualified and that we should learn more things that'll help us in life, and just instead of memorizing like facts and then just like forgetting it the next day.
The youth governor to come out and speak to my program area, Board of Education. It felt more personal rather than listening to him in front of 3,000 people.
I think the governor's speech influenced my role in education by giving me more positive vibes.
I personally know the youth governor. He's in my delegation, so I really do respect him on a personal level, and So him coming in to speak to us, I thought was really cool, and like it meant a lot to me. And I thought that him taking time out to like share his views and opinions on education and his future and what he thinks we can do to change the educational program of California and potentially all of the United States, I thought was really influential.
Tune in later this week to get more information about the Board of Education. Hey, you're looking pretty fly today.
Yeah, but this outfit cost a fortune.
Let's take a closer look at Sacramento on a budget.
Hello, Youth in Government. I'm Miguel, and I'm with 9 Times Why. And today, we're bringing you a story about Sacramento on a budget. The Youth in Government trip to Sacramento is expensive, and it is the most expensive trip for many reasons. Today, we will see how delegates keep themselves from going broke at SAC, and also how they finance this trip. What are some of your strategies for saving money in Sacramento?
Well, coming to Sacramento, we all went to the store and bought food beforehand, actually. That way, we wouldn't have to spend money every breakfast, lunch, and dinner on foods and restaurants in the area.
How did you finance the trip to Sacramento?
It was a variety of ways, actually. I applied for both financial aid and scholarship opportunities at my delegation. And but the majority of the way, actually, I created a Kickstarter using GoFundMe. And the way that works is basically you state your cause and give a short description, maybe some pictures of what you're trying to do or what you're trying to raise money for. And then from there, you share with your friends and family on, say, Facebook or through other social media. And then donations will start to come in of people who think that, oh, this is something that I want to help support.
As an advisor, how do you stay under $75 for the trip?
Staying under $75 is definitely hard when you have to eat out in every meal. I personally bring a small blender with some protein and that I can easily put banana and proteins and make a breakfast smoothie for myself. I also drink the coffee in the room. I don't see a need to get a morning Starbucks when there's perfectly fine coffee in the room. Also taking advantage of the water in every location, taking advantage of the different free breakfasts and dinner opportunities, and in general just not going extremes, buying extra muffins and cookies when I don't need to.
How do you stay in budget when buying your outfits for SAC?
When buying outfits for SAC, I love Target. I think Target is a great option for those who want to look nice but don't want to break the bank. I personally have a red card, so I get an extra 5% off of all my purchases. I am very fortunate as well. I have siblings. I have an older sister who also works in business and a mother that we're all the same size, so it's easy to share clothing when one of us wants to try something new.
What are some of your strategies for saving money in Sacramento?
So during the planning process of coming to Sacramento, my family and delegation and I, we all strategized on how to divide up our money throughout this 4 to 5 day process. And it's pretty much just try to budget at least $20 a day, and that's it.
How did you finance the trip to Sacramento?
So my family and I, we just budget throughout the year for like certain big things such as this, and pretty much for this we like budgeted like after a month on just trying to find at least over $100.
Do you think the program is worth it?
Absolutely, the program is worth it. Certain things that you take from this program you can't find in other places, such as leadership skills, exposures to the government of California and federal government, and depending on where you are. Information that you learn from your peers that you might not have due to different economic and social areas that people live in. So it's very valuable.
Those were just a few ways that delegates use to finance for their trip. Signing off, this has been Miguel Vasquez with 9 Times Why.
That's all for today.
Be sure to tune in tomorrow as we cover the governor's debate.
I'm Daniel.
And I'm Elisa. Signing off. Stay classy, YNG.